All right, yep, we live.
All right, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Good, good, good.
All right, yeah, come here, go to that channel. All right, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
All right, this is brothers of Gmsatl back again with another year, you know, complete, so to speak. All right, so-called year, right? Going into another eve of destruction of Babylon the Great. Lord willing, it actually finally comes. You know, all we can do is hope and pray. So we're gonna start off this live by giving our praises, our glory, our honors unto
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Kakodash.
As always, double honors to the apostles, the elders of the great millstone. The peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. So brother was just speaking about, you know, a little bit before we opened the stream, how you know, we've been through different events throughout the last, you know, 10, 15 years or so of things happening in the earth or happening in America or around the world. And it's scaring or shocking to people, but they're not really taking a hold of where people change and they go back to, you know, living their lives. You know, things haven't really shaken these people up, you know. You got what that Black Swan event, you know, it's going to be that event eventually that comes that's really going to change the way, I say people here in America live their lives, you know, and that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for that event, which is really, is based off of biblical prophecy, okay? It's based off of the scriptures to where you know, the end of this Edomite society is going to end.
Because if I may,
Yeah, you got it.
you know, yeah, when you think about, like you said, even in the 2000s as a whole, you know, like 9/11, you know, 9/11 was an event and probably was the last event you could say in American history that stopped America. You know, the problem with America or Americans is these events occur, you know, it might be a school shooting, a natural disaster here or there, a building collapse over here, but people are so used to these events or the idea, it's nothing huge enough to stop everybody. You know, even with, you know, police shootings, you know, everybody's still in the mind frame of still getting up and going to work and still striving for their hopes and dreams. You know, but like you said, that event, and we pray it's going to be next year. You know, something's going to come down the pipeline, thus saith the Lord, through biblical prophecy, that's going to, it's going to knock the wind out of you people, man.
Right.
You know? Anybody
I got
some?
some. This is 2 Ezra 6:7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that follow it? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. Here's the point, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. Yeah, so like brothers are going into, man, we're going into the great transition. There's different words for it, like we said, the Black Swan event, the Great Reset, you know, but we're waiting on a major event, okay, that's going to usher in, that's going to lead us into either A, the MOTB, or B, a catalyst that's going to take us, in, I wouldn't say us, but the United States into war. All right, and it's been happening. You know, we've been seeing a lot of signs, a lot of different things, and Lord willing, this upcoming year, which as the prophets have been prophesying, is going to be a heavy prophetic year, man. You know, but the point being is that Esau is the end of the world. This is the end of Esau's world, man. So that's what we're gearing up. That's what we're anticipating, and so that Jacob's world, okay, under Yahweh Shai Shai, will be ushered in with the kingdom.
That's right.
You know, the brother got it.
I appreciate it. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 1, verse 5. Behold, ye among the heathen in regard, and wonder marvelously, for I will work a work in your days which ye will not believe, though it be told you.
You got it.
Yes, so a lot of these people, they don't believe that, like the brother Gamal said, catastrophe is coming to this world because of the great transition that the Lord wants to have for the nation of Israel and really the rest of the world to turn it into righteousness, because wickedness is gathered abroad. And like we mentioned off camera, a lot of these people are still in disbelief of this world is changing for the greater worse so it can go to the greater good.
I got some. This is Revelation 12 and 12. And it says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell therein, that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And this lines up with, exactly what brothers just read, because like you said, this is the transition. One of these days and one of these years is going to be the ultimate transition from Esau's world is going to ultimately be at its end. And that is going to be ultimately the beginning of Jacob's world, as the brother just said. But before we get there, like how the brother you just said, that before the greater good comes, the greater worse has to come. So all you people out here, expect more worse. Like we were saying at camp yesterday, if you're looking at the forecast or something, or you're looking at the statistics or something, or you're looking at the down the road, and if you're really being honest with this place, how could you predict better, right? So for the elect's sake, for the men that are serving Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and those that are listeners, and so on and so forth, in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, it will get better. Even as it gets worse, it's still going to get better for us, because that just means that as it's getting worse, we're getting closer to our point of renewal. But for everything else, if you're in this world, if your hopes are in Babylon the Great, if your hopes is in, this place getting better, more money, more, all of these things, if that's your hope, you're just basically, that's a crack pipe dream. That's like a nigga in the world having hoop dreams. And you looking at him, it's like, bro, you're not going to the NBA, But you just that's a lot of y'all have hoop dreams way past your age limit and so on and so forth, because you just believe in this place. But the Lord's going to bring great wrath on this place. Anybody's got I'm done.
I think so. That one.
Go ahead. I got something. Second Ezra 16 and 14. It says, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. And these plagues that it's talking about, these are the same plagues that the Lord sent on Egypt. The same type of deadly events, all right, along with other things, because it's just, he's going to do new things, okay, that's going to shake up the whole society. The same way that the Lord played ancient Egypt, he's going to play in this modern day Egypt, okay, but in a more modern way, all right. It says, the fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth, like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. And when you read, what is that, Daniel, is it Daniel? Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter, where it says that Michael shall stand up as a prince for the Lord's people. All right, and the time that's coming shall be like no other time a nation has ever felt. So when these plagues hit and the destruction hits, all right, it's not gonna go back and everybody's gonna
Yeah.
be, lollygagging along again. No, when the Lord really starts to hit this place, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because just as much as the elites have an agenda, the Lord has an agenda.
The
Okay.
elite of Esau's agenda is the Lord's agenda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It just doesn't have it's not a forever thing. It's temporal. It's for an appointed time, as the scripture says.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like you said in that scripture there, the scriptures speak about the plagues being sent. Hey, well, one of the plagues that have been sent to America that we witnessed this year, and it's full, damn, not even this fullness, but just was a heavy plague, was inflation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know, and like you said, the Lord said these plagues aren't going to return back. So for you people that think that just one day you're going to wake up and, high prices for stuff is just going to disappear. People love to brag in the business world that what prices never go down, they only go up.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you anticipate, inflation deflating? It's not going to inflate. It's not going to deflate, excuse me. It's only going to continue to inflate until you reach a term which is called hyperinflation, where you're not going to be able to keep up with these things. See, a lot of people aren't able to keep up with the prices. Matter of fact, will you get that in Revelation? Was that Revelation about the black horse?
Oh, Revelation 6.
Yeah, Revelation 6. Because that's what's plaguing. The Lord is sending these plagues. This angel is going to do that, and that angel is going to do this. And the black horse is one of those plagues that the Lord sent in this place. And food. A lot of people can't afford to feed themselves. All right, you go ahead with that.
Come, Revelation chapter 6, verse 5. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, Come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse.
Mm-hmm.
And he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny.
Yeah, so that's a measure of basically food for a day's wage. Basically implying that it's going to take you basically a whole day's worth of work to get you some food. And nowhere really that's really off. When you think in the grand scheme of food, it shouldn't take all your daily bread, all the money you made in a day, just to feed yourself for the day.
Yeah, most people barely make $100 a day.
Right. Think about that. You're right. Most people barely make $100 a day. But if you go in the grocery store, you could easily spend $100 on 10 items that aren't necessarily huge, big, however you want to look at it. Like you could a stick of, a pack of butter, some dairy, some milk, some cheese. Staples. A few of the staples could cost you your whole day's earning.
For sure.
Yeah. You probably got something.
I got something. This is 2 Ezra 16, 17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so inflation is the beginning of famine.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the lead up. Like you said, you mentioned hyperinflation. Inflation becomes hyperinflation.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we watched it in what, Venezuela.
Mm-hmm.
Where else?
It happened, was that World War II with the Weimar Republic in Germany?
So we've seen different examples of what that does. Over in Venezuela, they was eating cats and dogs and shit.
Yeah.
Pulling people out the grave.
Zimbabwe.
Yeah, Zimbabwe's another one.
Yeah, Zimbabwe.
Yeah, like you said, the money in Venezuela is so worthless at this point that they take the actual money and make art out of it on the streets. They fold the dollar, the Venezuela, whatever it's called, the ruble or whatever it is, and make little art pieces that you could buy.
So isn't that something? So it's worth more. The money has more value as a part of an art piece, just the paper itself, than just the actual note, man.
Yeah, imagine somebody taking a bunch of $100 bills and making $1. When Jake used to make the dollar chains, and make a dollar chain, a money chain with the $100 bills, and then sell it to you for $5. Think
Yeah.
about that.
Mhm.
He got in the note, you know, maybe $3, $4, $5,000 worth of bills,
Mm-hmm.
but in the value of it only might cost. You know, that's where America is going.
$10.
Yeah.
It might cost 10. Imagine that. Like, see, when we say these things, the American mind won't allow the people to take that in. Like, nah, what are you talking about? You know, this is America, this is the dollar bill, blase, and you make a bunch of excuses, but look at where your money is. What about the money system would tell anybody looking at it that next year is going to be a stronger year for you? For not even just you, but just Americans.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you think that? You know, sticking with the subject matter of inflation, when you think of inflation, you think of it's not necessarily, I heard somebody break it down like this. It's not the value of the like bread. Bread is like $5, $6. There's no increase in value in the bread.
Right.
Right?
It's the same bread.
It's the same bread. There's not like there's an increase in the flour here, so this is the excuse for it being $6, $7, $8. Your money, really, it's not the money value that's really changing per se. It's actually the value that they have within us, the workers. Your value at work overall.
Yeah, if anything, the actual bread is lesser quality because the cut cost for them, they probably added more chemicals to cut preservatives for flavor here to make it last longer on the shelf here. So now you get really a lower quality bread for more money. And like you said, and that's because of why? Because how they look at the people.
Yeah, the people are being undervalued. So that spirit is out here. You know, people can feel, and they're feeling it, right? Matter of fact, could you get Isaiah 19 and
Oh, I got it already.
Oh, you already did?
Yeah.
You Isaiah 19 and what is it? A perverse spirit. Isaiah 19 and 14, I believe, or 15.
God.
Because everything is failing. See, this society is only as good as the American system only worked when the American people believed in the American system.
Exactly. That's what's propping it up.
Yeah, and what we're witnessing every day, more and more people are being disenchanted with the American dream. Matter of fact, the scriptures also say, what is that in Micah? That the Lord said he would cut off all witchcraft. America's really just a place of witchcraft.
Yeah.
To believe in the American dream, it was always a lie. All right, but you can go with that. We ain't got, the scriptures.
This is Isaiah 19 and 14. The Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof.
Yeah, see, so even what we were saying, like you said off camera, this system has it was basically a well-oiled machine, as they like to say. Where our forefathers, not our forefathers hundreds of thousands of years ago, but like our grandparents' age, our fathers' age, to a certain extent, all they had to do was reach a certain age, stay out of trouble. You could go get a job at the factory, go get a job doing something, get a trade, whatever. It was like, boom, do that. Then the next thing is you get a family, marry, have some children. It was still clicking.
And that one income could carry the
off
household.
Of one income, the children, you have a boy and a girl, they grow up, go to college. It was still clicking. But once certain elements of that formula started failing, you could see it's all messed up. So that's a perverseness. In a society, Americans were taught that, hey, go to college, get you a degree, you know what I'm saying, pay your college loans off, get you a good job, and you get a vacation. The American way. But you think the people are believing in that?
Invest in some timeshares.
Yeah, invest in some timeshares, go to Disney World once a year. You know what I mean? Like, celebrate Christmas, Thanksgiving. All of these were a part of what made America work. But look how over the last, since the truth came on the scene.
2007.
I mean, even before that, going back to 69, 70.
70s, yeah.
You know, because I was watching this economist, he was speaking on that. Really, the last great year of America was like 72, 73.
Yeah, I think I saw that.
You saw that, yeah. What happened right before that? Obadiah, the first chapter. So really, this has been lined up with biblical prophecy the whole time. To you people are just now coming into the realization of that America is failing. But really, America's been failing.
What, 50 years?
Damn near 50 years.
Yeah, and that's a slow. You know, when we're thinking about decline in the or the time span of history,
Mm-hmm.
that's really a short time, roughly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We think of 50 years, but that's normal. You know what I'm saying? It takes it takes that amount of time for a system to actually start to decline and wax worse. But you got more on that, so?
Yeah, and I want to say, and like you said, that is a short time. When you think about it, 50 years, another 50 is what, 100?
Mm-hmm.
It ain't gonna take no 100 years for
Right.
an empire or a society to collapse. No, so that's right on point.
Because think about 9/11. Think about the Twin Towers.
Yeah, that was 23 years.
But just the fact of it probably look how it took a long time for them to erect them buildings. It might have took a year, 2 years, 3 years. Who knows how long the technology and whatever
The 70s when they built
to
it.
build it. Yeah, let's just say it took 3 years for it to be built up. But how long did it take in that day in 9/11? 30 minutes after it got hit, them buildings was crumbling, man.
Yeah.
So like how you said, it's like we don't need another. This place has been crumbling for 50 years. That's what we're saying.
Mm-hmm.
In the 50 years out of the 200, how long is America's?
Almost 250 years.
Almost. So 50 out of the 250 years of America's lifespan, it's been crumbling. You think it has 50 more years and crumbling?
Right.
The whole 200, there was war.
That's my point. It ain't.
Yeah, come on, man.
I got that precept.
Oh, you finish that off, Will.
It says, the Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof,
Every work.
as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit.
Yeah. So it don't matter whether what we're witnessing in this society at this point is the ones at the top are struggling. All these people out here, all these real estate gurus, people with a bunch of properties, a bunch of, all businesses, and you name it, they're struggling as well. Just as much as the hourly wage worker at a McDonald's or anywhere else is struggling. Everybody's struggling out here in their own means.
Right. Yeah, I mean, everybody, we mentioned that off camera. Everybody's feeling it, man. Everybody, you even said that, within your own people, and everything. Everyone, if you strike up a conversation with a stranger, yeah, man, what do you think about what's going on? They're feeling it, man. Anybody, man. So that's how the times that we're in, man. This place is on a inevitable decline, and I'll say an undeniable decline, man.
And the Lord is taking that veil off everybody's eyes. Like it says in Isaiah 25:7. A lot of these people, they want that veil to stay over their eyes because they want to stay complacent within the society. They want to continue their lifestyle, but it's not going to happen. Matter of fact, it's Micah chapter 5 verse 12. I will cut off witchcrafts out of thy hand. And the hand is not talking about literally, it's talking about the power. But that's what Esau had, that witchcraft, that the deceptiveness that the Lord said he was going to give him when he got out of their prison, which he was, not ruling at that time.
Because like you said, the American dream is deceptive. The American family structure.
It's a dream.
It's a deceptive and it's a dream. It's not real. The way the Lord meant for families to live and be, and men to be, women to be, children to be, is actually polar opposites to the American dream. So it's not that the way of the Lord's way is deceptive and wrong. It's the way of this world was deceptive, and it's witchcraft. Women have all these rights, monogamy, one man, one woman, and 2.5 kids, and a white picket fence. All of that was a lie to make money off of you.
Right.
That's where the money's made off of you. You know, these deceptive ways going into that witchcraft is how Esau was able to make his riches and keep the people in such a zombie-like mind frame.
Yeah, got Jake buying low price houses. Like, you know, they had to build it up, but Jake was glad to get a home back in what 50s, 60s, 70s, because they trying to block out our people from getting what so-called white people had, which was the white picket fence in the house.
Mm-hmm.
But soon Jake bought into that. Jake went on a down spiral with whatever Esau had in plan for not the best interest of Jake, which is to live longevity of the American dream that they had. Shout out for Jake to believe in.
Yeah, because Esau denying Jake from the American dream for such a long time only made our people want it even more.
Right.
You know, yeah, that what is it? Curiosity killed the cat. So Jake's, well, I want to be able to, and I want to do that, and I want to feel, I want to experience that. That energy is what was able to make Esau rich. Our people bought into it, and they're struggling behind it. All of these gimmicks that our people bought into was all deceptive measures by Esau.
Mm-hmm.
All of this, all of Jake's in the real estate, rental properties, landlord. You know, everybody wants to have rent. It was passive incomes and all that shit.
Want to be a realtor.
All of it, which is hurting people. Because why? It was all in the name of making the elite rich. But you've been deceived, and the Lord's cutting it off, and you're seeing it through pain. You go ahead, brother.
Come, and it says, and thou shalt have no more soothsayers. Thy graven images also will I cut off, and thy standing images out of the midst of thee.
Oh, well, what's the official, basically the official religion of Babylon the Great or America? Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
And Christianity's been getting his ass beat for the last decade or so, but really in his last year or two has been really since the pandemic.
I'm gonna say since 2020.
Since 2020,
Christianity.
yeah, Christianity has been taking L's. All right, and this thing with T.D. Jakes and that whole scenario, another leader within the congregation, that's those graven images. Graven images represents these idols and these religions, and Christianity is basically, I would say, the official religion of Babylon.
Yeah, I saw this little clip earlier. This Edomite I guess he was taking a selfie with Joe Osteen,
Mm-hmm.
and he was basically like, he smiled and took a picture, and then he told him to his face, he was like, man, hey man, you know you're an asshole, right? Basically told him he's a piece of shit to his face, and Joe Osteen just walked off. I respect these so-called pastors and ministers and Christianity's a joke.
Spiritual leaders.
Yeah, and spiritual leaders and black conscious leaders and shit, man.
Yeah, because we went into that yesterday at camp. What's that? Isaiah 30:10. The seers prophesying unto us right things, prophesying unto us smooth things. So they want to hear those smooth things, man. You know. But guess what? Now we're at a point where those smooth things, you can't get the average person with the smooth things no more. They want to know what's going on. They want answers, man.
Right. It's like, you're an asshole. You telling us the world is supposed to be, sowing your seed and, receiving your blessings.
Smiling.
That ain't, and pastors been feeding them that bullshit, and they're not seeing that in reality. And people are waking up and realizing, man, you know what? Fuck you. I really just want the truth.
Yeah, the deception is not working no more.
So now they TikTok investigators and they do their own research.
Because knowledge is increasing. Like it says in Daniel chapter 12, verse 4. A lot of people, they don't want to live by what Esau been deceiving them as. But they're going to show you that the kingdom of heaven is going to be way much better, because the law, statutes, and commandments that we go by, the world is going to go by.
Right.
Thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods, his wife. So the world's going to be in good case.
Yeah, because the Lord has to cut off all of this witchcraft, because like what you just said, the only quote unquote religion to rule like you say, the world is the religion of the Israelites, the culture of the Israelites. The law, statutes, and commandments. What we worship is what everybody will have no choice but to worship. The heathens, our people, there will only be one power to be worshipped. So like you said, the Lord he's got to cut this off to show you people that there's actually no power in it. A lot of you Christians, you go on TikTok and you see these Christians, they're hurt, they're mad, they're sad, they're disappointed. You thought that, hey, if I just have faith, I'm just going to pray to Jesus Christ. And then you whole time you waiting on him to come through on your bills. And you realize it ain't no power in Jesus Christ no more, man.
No, right.
Ain't no power in these false idols that you've been worshiping for the last hundreds of years. But the Lord allowed Christianity to have its space. Islam as well.
Is it pride go before a fall?
Mm-hmm.
The Lord just wait in heaven, like, yeah. Like he says in Psalms, he shall laugh at thee when the heathen rage. So the heathen been raging for a minute, but now the Lord is causing that pride to go down.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And you Israelites that's been believing in the system. Because a lot of you Jakes, you tried to go for Yahweh Shai when he was born.
Yep.
With King Herod. And you same Jakes are here to this day.
Yeah. You got a lot of jakes that are, their only king is Caesar. Yeah. And that's a lot of you, like you said, a lot of our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, that exclusive club of the 2/3. Y'all's king you're choosing is Caesar. So you don't want to hear about, like you say, Yahweh Shai ruling over you and being an Israelite and you don't want to hear that. You want to hear what Trump gonna do.
Yeah.
You want to hear what stimmy plans he's got, what economic growth plans he got, what grants, what budgets, whatever he's got to give, that's what you want to hear. You don't want to hear about the Lord, all right? But the Lord's going to come and he's going to slay you just like he's going to slay these heathens. You go ahead and finish that off and we
Come. And thou shalt no more worship the work of thy hands.
And that's America. So lucky. That's literally the American way. The American way is to worship the works of your hands. This is my business. This is my house. This is me. This is what I did. Right? Scripture saying, what is that? 2 Timothy, what is that? The 2nd chapter, that men shall be lovers of their own selves.
Yep.
And that's another sign to let us know that we're in the end times, because everybody's in a very selfish mind frame.
That's why the love of many is waxing cold.
There's no choice.
No choice. Yep.
It has to wax cold because there's no warmth in this. Hey man, I gotta get mine and you gotta get yours. That's a very cold.
That's
Right.
not a love thy neighbor's spirit,
Mm.
which Christianity claims that they portray, but they don't push the envelope on that.
And that's where the world is going. Scriptures say that they shall basically ransack your house for breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
A morsel of bread.
For a morsel of bread, a piece of bread.
What's that picture we watched? Put me on America Blackout.
Mm-hmm.
Blackout New York. They was
Yeah.
fighting over a can of peaches.
Fighting.
It was in the penthouse with the champagne.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's how people. That's how they.
And that was an
portray it.
old documentary. That was
Yeah.
an old movie.
I think it was before 2014, but you brought it to my attention.
Yeah, we watched it together. I remember that. But like you said in the documentary, they were fighting over a can of peaches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bust his head to the white meat, and it wasn't no such thing as black on black crime. It was white people killing white people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so-called white people killing white people.
There's gonna be shit, black on black, black on white, white on black, black on whatever, yellow on whoever. But that's second Ezra. We're going to the second Ezra 16, man.
Mm-hmm.
15 to 16. That whole chapter. Going into the what we mentioned, the famine, going into martial law, going into lockdowns.
The love of many wives and
Yeah,
gold.
love many. Yeah, brothers going into because you got
Friends
that
fight
movie.
against these friends friends are fighting against each other like enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So all these things are happening, man. We're watching, and what it say, the beginning of sorrows, man.
Mm-hmm.
So this is all the beginning, but eventually it's gonna reach ahead, and then we're gonna usher into Jacob's trouble, man.
Yeah, man, it's just gonna be straight. You're gonna be basically coasting, not really coasting like in the senses of taking it easy.
Easy,
But
right?
basically,
Head first.
when you're coming down a mountain, it's like an avalanche. You just gotta. We're gonna be going downhill at that point. We're gonna peak, and we're gonna have to go down that hill, and Lord willing, we survive. But you can finish that off, and I know y'all brothers probably got some concepts.
Come, verse 14. I will pluck up the groves. It's like I will pluck up thy groves out of the midst of thee. So will I destroy thy cities.
Yeah, see, groves. That's them churches. See, if you thinking of like
Yeah, the Lord doing that.
The Lord, yeah, that's what that's what the spirit. We would talk about the fact that this year, these religions took a lot of L's, man. Both, really, the wood and what is it? The scripture speak about the wood and stone that our fathers never worshipped, basically going into Christianity and basically Islam, man. Them religions took major L's this year. Them guys, them Palestinians over there are getting blown to smithereens, and Allah hasn't done a goddamn thing. All right, and then you got this nigga Tank, Javante Tank, trying to pull a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on us and change his name and become a Muslim.
Yeah, like Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. All right, all of these religions took major L's last year, and they're only going to continue to take. What is a win for Christianity? What's a win? You got to do some miraculous shit to gain back. You would have to do something. You would have to do some outlandish, raise somebody from the dead to get the people's hearts back with Christianity and these religions.
Yeah, them so-called Africans already tried that with their Christianity mess. And that still didn't work. I mean, he called a lot of people over there, but a lot of them people, man, they bugged out.
And you know, the biggest L dealing with Christianity is the Pope.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Saying that it can, you know, give him his blessings to
Basically,
Same-sex,
homo marriages.
yeah, same-sex couples. Major L, man.
That should have been a clear sign right there, because the Lord said the laws is not done away with. And also, in mentioning the New Testament, talks about how as long as a man liveth, he's under the law. And they go to show you that the law, statutes, commandments really have life, because look at the world without the law, statutes, commandments.
Mm-hmm.
It's in total chaos.
It's dead.
Yep.
That was it on that?
Yep.
Yeah, you got something to go ahead.
It's Jeremiah 51:6. I started at 7. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that had made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. So in Babylon, of course, being America, all right, which we're going into the collapse of Babylon, but also the influence of America has made the earth corrupt. Mm-hmm. It says, verse 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. You know, like I said, it's being suddenly destroyed because we went into that 50-year decline. But hey, when it's really time for the Lord to take it down, man, it's gonna be 1 hour, man. Mm-hmm. So it's gonna happen fast, like you mentioned, the snowball. But you know, as that snowball gets bigger and bigger and bigger, what does it do? It's speed. That speed, the velocity, the impact becomes way bigger. You know, it's verse 9. We have healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted even to the skies, man. You know, the Lord willing, 2024 be the year, man.
Lord willing.
You know, where this thing, and we mentioned, because it talked about being healed, we mentioned how a lot of people have the mindset, oh, it's gonna bounce back, it's gonna heal, you know, because they're used to, like, you know, like we mentioned, they're used to that, watching them charts, them stock charts, where, you know, it goes down for a period, or, you know, hey, it's gonna bounce back. You know, that's how the economy works. I took economics, and there is you have the trough, which is the bottom part. So that's when you're looking at the charts, you got the very bottom part, but then it always peaks right back up. Yeah. But it's a cycle. It's like every 4 years or
it's something like every like once a decade type thing.
Yeah.
Like where it goes through this cycle, like you said. Because like how you said it, and people believe that. And what niggas, like you said, the niggas have listening to these different individuals, these rich dad, poor dads, you know, type of economists. They've gotten into the mind frame of, oh shit, you know, it's bad. So this is when you buy cheap.
Buy, yeah.
You buy cheap right now, cause and then you sit on it. and then it's gonna go back up. Because that's what Esau was doing. Like that's what you're not. People are understanding that was working in the 60s.
It worked. Yes.
It worked in the
It
60s, the 70s, the 80s, and maybe the 90s.
Stock market shit.
Yeah, where those cycles you could. A lot of Edomites were able to, sell off some of my things, sit and wait it out, and then we'll get back big. They've been doing that, but in this point that we're in now, this ain't the season of that, man.
Yeah, and the reason why that stuff was working because it just wasn't time for America to go down yet.
Right.
It just simply it's very important that we understand spiritual time. You got your time, your regular days and years. You got your time that, like the brother mentioned about the business world uses, but we got spiritual time. And spiritually, according to the charts, according to the clock, all right, the reason why that shit worked was because it wasn't time for Babylon the Great to go down yet. Like the whole year 2000 Y2K thing, that was a major shift in the way business moved. Going from analog to digital, that was a major thing. People bought and sold out of that. Going back to the year 2000, that was what, the .com boom?
The crash, the internet, the boom, the crash of the internet. That you had the bubble. That was a bubble. We were talking about bubbles where even with the internet, the internet boom that came in the 90s, and then by, like you said, a lot of people thought the collapse was going to happen in 2000. Not on the spiritual aspect, but just in business and computers, because of the internet was basically going. It went down to go back up to where we are today. Then what happened, like you said, 18 months after the Y2K, 9/11.
9/11, yeah.
And 9/11 completely changed the way we are today. It's like how you said, a lot of these, it wasn't time.
It just wasn't time yet.
Yeah. It's like, it's all the Lord's will. It's all His timing, man.
I got something.
You got it.
Isaiah 47:1.
Cool.
Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. See that rulership power, that authority that America once, resonated, around itself, and what people saw when they thought about America. When they, think about the commanding authority of America's military, right? That spirit is gone now. Now, you look at it from a political level, it's a damn reality show. You look at it from an entertainment level, it's an up and down reality show.
Yeah.
Everything, you look at people's lives,
it's a web series.
It's
basically a web series.
Yeah. It's shit.
It was a lot of
world.
Yeah, the hell with a writer's strike. There's so much material to write shit from at this point.
Like you said, with us,
it's a joke.
We're all here in our, basically mid-30s, pushing 40, and that's, I'm speaking of a space of time. Like how you said, when we were younger, man, these jobs and positions that we've spoken on, they carry so much honor. Like how you were saying about the pastor. That wouldn't have happened 20 years ago.
Oh, no.
Something as simple as a pastor. You imagine somebody walking up on a pastor and telling him he ain't shit. That wouldn't have happened 20, 30, 40 years ago. Same thing with the police officers, the firefighters, and military men. See, like you said, that all of that energy is what made America great. See, it used to be men, for men, you had, my grandfather fought in World War II. My father fought in Vietnam. And I had to join, I'm third, that shit don't exist no more. The army's having an issue with recruiting. The police are having an issue with recruiting. The firefighters are having an issue with recruiting. Hospitals are closing. So everything, like you said, that made the American dream Nobody honors it no more. It's meaningless at this point. Nobody, hey, thank you. Remember it used to be when you see a military man in the store, hey man,
God bless you.
Thank you for your service.
Shit, remember Christmas time, you used to see Santa Claus outside Walmart with the bell?
Oh
Yeah,
man.
Sitting in the chair. You don't see that shit no damn more.
People robbing the type of guys.
You don't see that shit no more. Being, representing, because they would do that sometimes for the military. Or you see the military with them out there, and that was like you might throw $10, $20 in there.
Mm-hmm.
That type of a spirit in America is gone. It's not honorable. It's not something looked at as like, man, damn, you know what? It's good to be an American. Nobody fucking say that shit no damn more.
Bro, people, the first responders, again, think about 9/11.
I'll give you real horror stories.
The first responders that the police, the firefighters, all those people, the first responders in 9/11, those people gladly died. If you think about it.
Yeah.
Like when that event occurred, those
They got
firefighters,
a statue or something, right?
yeah, they had no, there was no like thought to them running towards that and helping the people. That spirit in your amongst your police officers, man, these niggas don't care. They quit, especially going back to 2020.
Right.
When a lot of these people started getting laid off and weren't able to do their jobs if they didn't take the jump shot, that really cleaned out these departments of people that genuinely wanted to be there and wanted to be part. They retired. Hey, well, fellas, that's it. I'm a retire. A lot of that energy died. Again, it really was clipped in 2020. So what do you think going forward in 2024 is going to bring? You think that you got people that are genuinely, you think the teachers that teach in elementary, middle school, high school, they want to be there?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about teachers.
Yeah, we forgot about teachers. Teachers don't even, you think teachers want to do this shit?
Yeah, a lot of teachers having sex with the students.
A lot of teachers are quitting and going rogue. Like basically they just going up there to freak off. All of that is that dust that the scriptures are speaking about. That's the confusion. And nothing matters here anymore. So, like we said, man, if you think about moving forward in this society, if you can't see that this place is gonna fall, whether it be 2024, hey, like the Apostle Tahar said, man, we're in months. Whether that be 12 months, 24 months, God forbid, if it was left up to us, we would have hoped it would have happened in 2023.
Right.
But in the spirit of it, we know that we're in days, months. We're literally in the last days, whether that be this year, 2025. Either way, this thing is only going to elevate to a point where you're not going to be able to deny it, man.
Or there's no return.
Yeah, man.
It says, I'm going to go back. It says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind meal, uncover the locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yet thy shame shall be seen, and I would take vengeance, and I would not meet thee as a man. So everything about America is origins, the behind the scenes devilish workings, the real ground eyes view of America has been exposed to the internet all over the world. You really see its politicians for what it is. You see the people for who they are.
Mm-hmm.
It's trash. It's garbage.
Mm-hmm.
America is basically a band on what's part of it.
Yeah. It's a shell of itself.
Yeah.
It's a used up whore.
That's what it is. It's
Whores have a good, whores have a good run. They can run it up, do whatever they want. They prime years is their young years. And when Babylon the Great was in his youth, in the beginning phase, it was beautiful, strong, mighty, energetic. But like with any whore, man, you see, a prostitute in her damn near in her 40s, 50s, or 60s. It ain't much going on there. And that's America. America, the mother of all harlots. It's over with, man.
And we know what happens to an old hoe. Eventually she get old and start going to church and start getting religious. So now, that's basically America. America's at the point where it needs God. So you gonna find it, you gonna find God. America's that old hoe, she done put on that big ass hat,
Trying to present herself as holy as thou.
sitting in the first pew with that fan, and she gonna get a fan.
She gonna get that cleansing she looking
She
for.
gonna get that cleansing, and she gonna get God. But it ain't gonna be for no blessing. Okay? It's gonna be the fanners with the missiles. The cleanser's gonna come by fire, and how about Shah gonna destroy this place?
Just do away with it, man.
He's gonna do away with it.
That's it.
Ain't no rehabilitating, man. I'm gonna keep reading. It says, as for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. So that means like to be called a lady or a first lady when it comes down to like, royalty or like a high ranking position in the government, that's a good honor bestowed upon a woman. To be called a lady.
And look at the wife of the President of the United States is called the First Lady.
Yep. You had Lady Diana. Be called a lady is a good thing. Right? But when everything you have has been taken away from you, when it's been found out you've been an adulteress, you've been wicked,
sick and diseased.
Yeah, you've been sick and diseased, you've been embezzling money, you've been doing X, Y, and Z in all kinds of darkness. Oh, you gotta get everything stripped away. You get your title stripped away, all your honorifics.
Shamed.
You get shamed publicly. And that's what the Lord is going to do to Babylon the Great. You're not the lady of the nations no more.
Hey, well, through the Spirit, we're going to close up in a second, but hey, this whore has been being shamed by the prophets for the last 50 plus years.
Yeah. Yeah.
This whore has been being shamed, starting with the apostles and elders and their elders, for several decades at this point, 4 to 5 decades at this point. Yeah. So really, like the brothers Gamal said, really, the only thing that's really left is these last bit of prophecies to come, and the Lord is going to really put this bitch out of her misery in 1 hour. It's not even going to take much more shame. That's the whole premise of what we've been going into, is that at this point, there's not much more shaming that needs to be done to this place. Everybody knows this place is shit. Everybody knows this place is corrupted. Everybody knows that this place is sickly and poor and basically a third, fourth world country, man. So the only thing left to do is to destroy it. It's been shamed. We shame it now.
Yeah.
We made shaming America cool, really. Starting with the apostles and elders.
To be out and actually be bold enough to put the truth out and shame this place for what it is, it's cool now. It's cool now. But it's a good thing though. What's that quote? To speak the truth in a time of universal deceit is a revolutionary act.
And George Oswald lives today.
Yeah. We're living in those times, man, where the truth is, and if speaking the truth is a revolutionary act, then it's the truth that's going to revolutionize and change the world.
Yeah.
So the hell with money, the hell with your influencing, the hell with your schemes, plans, and ideas. The only thing that's going to actually really change the world is those that stand for truth. That's where the real revolution is.
Yeah, those who died in the book of Revelation for the truth's sake.
Yeah.
Because that's how serious and potent the truth is. But Any more than that? Or?
Yeah, it was more. I want to. Let me get this precept real quick.
Yeah, like Noah. Noah was left one of the ones to remain alive after the Lord flooded the earth with water. So he doing the same thing in this time, in the last days with fire.
That's it.
And you're gonna have people that's gonna be saved and take over the world, which is us.
Preserved.
Yeah, because it's a beautiful end to this doctrine that we have. This doctrine that we have, besides the Christian doctrine, it shows us where we're going. We're not doing this in vain. The Lord didn't call Jacob in vain.
Yeah, we have a hope. We have a light at the end of the tunnel.
Right.
You know, which is salvation. You got something?
Yeah, this is
Goes on there.
Habakkuk chapter 2 and 12. It says, "Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and establisheth the city by iniquity." And that's America. So destruction to this guy that established the city by blood and iniquity. This whole place of Babylon the Great, America, USA, was built upon the backs of the Israelites. All right, not no Africans, not no Octons and nah. It was built upon the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. What they call yourself, so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American. We are those people, right? And then upon that blood, iniquity abounded, based upon Esau and his so-called white people.
Yeah, man.
You know, it says, "Behold, is it not of the Lord of hosts that the people shall labor in the very fire, and the people shall weary themselves for very vanity?" So all this work that it's all vanity. Everything you've built, everything that you've created, everything that you're pushing out and, propagating, it's all for nothing.
It's all gonna be destroyed.
In an hour.
In 1 hour. "For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord, Yahweh Bashmi Shai, as the waters cover the sea."
And you know what? That makes me think of, like in the sports term, the momentum is going to change. You know, when you watch a certain sporting game, or Lakers versus whoever, and they might be down, but they have 2 possessions where they score, make a stop. The crowd's like paying attention now. The crowd's cheering, and that momentum changes. And when the momentum changes, it'd be damn near hard to get that shit back, man. And that's what we're witnessing here. Esau is losing his momentum, and then after a while, it's just going to be undeniable that the Lord is with the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and there's nothing you're going to be able to do. And then you're going to see who your true rulers are.
And with Jake pulling a John Morant on y'all ass. It says, "Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and makest him drunk also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. Thou art filled with shameful glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered."
Yeah, because Esau was the one that put these deceptive markers on all the people. No, you're not an Israelite. You're black. No, you're not an Edomite. You're white. No, you're not this. You're this. All of that energy. That's that bottle. That's that wine. That's that philosophy, and it's all deceptive. Because that's what being naked is. Not having a covering.
Yeah, being exposed.
Being exposed. So Esau wants to keep you in that indecent exposure position. No covering, no hedge, no anything. So that's what he's done, and it's woe unto him, man. Because after a while, people are gonna have to sober up. And man, there's something right here, man. And we're not talking about sobering up by not drinking Hennessy. We're talking about like in your own mind of like, man, something right here.
Yeah, you gotta wake up, man. It says, "The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee." And that's what you read earlier about that golden cup. America, man, that golden cup is done for America. It says, "And shameful spewing shall be on thy glory." It says, I'm going to jump down, verse 19. "Woe unto him that saith to the wood, awake, to the dumb stone, arise, it shall teach. Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, and there is no breath at all in the midst of it. And that's talking about these false idols, these false philosophies, this false sense of America will bounce back. Everything is false in this world, man. Whether it's a physical person, thing, idea, it's all fake. You know, Hollywood had that strike, now it's over. Hollywood's still gonna fail. You know, America's economy, we talked about that earlier, the hyperinflation is gonna happen. And then you're gonna have Armageddon, right? You're gonna have the mark of the beast. So that's coming, man.
Amen.
You know, the corrupt and the sea hip is coming. Lord willing, 2024. And that be the end. I'm going to end it off. It says, verse 20, but the Lord is in his holy temple. Let all the earth keep silence before him. You know, so at the end of the day, it's the Lord's agenda. It's the Lord's movie. Okay, it's the Lord's plan. Right? God's plan. Okay. This society has to end, and we're seeing it fall and crumble year by year. You know, so Lord willing, this is the eve of destruction of Babylon the Great, man.
Amen.
You know, and our people, right, so-called black Spaniards and Native Americans, the elect, wake up, and we be delivered. You know, but that's all I have.
Hey, that's it. Hey, with that, hey, we want to give all the glory and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash.
Hey, double honors unto our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom.
Shalom.
So,